A lot has changed since you got your last perfect vehicle. You met someone. You got a dog. Your best friend met someone too. You got new interests. A new hobby. You felt a little more adventurous. You found a bigger hobby. You explored a little more. You needed a vehicle that reflected the new you. You found it. The all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. Your new perfect.
Beaucoup de choses ont changé depuis votre dernier véhicule idéal. Vous avez rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez adopté un chien. Votre meilleur ami a lui aussi rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez découvert un nouveau passe-temps. Une nouvelle passion. Vous vous êtes senti un peu plus aventureux. Votre passion a pris une nouvelle dimension. Vous avez exploré un peu plus. Il vous fallait un véhicule à l'image de vos nouveaux besoins. Vous l'avez trouvé. La Toyota Corolla Cross. Votre nouvel idéal.
Grit. Sure, it's mud and rocks and sweat and all that. Always will be. But grit is also an idea. An idea that changes the way we see and the way we do things. With an available iForce Max hybrid powertrain, the all-new Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit.
Attaquer les corvées, couvert de boue, de sueur, ça définit la ténacité, depuis toujours. Mais la ténacité, c'est aussi une façon de penser, qui change notre façon de voir et notre façon de faire. Avec un gros propulseur hybride iForce Max en option, voici le tout nouveau Toyota Tundra, la ténacité redéfinie.
Welcome back to the Saville Community Sports Center as we go for the bronze in a battle between the western provinces, British Columbia and Alberta. And I'm Paul Sir, along with Patrick Erickson, bringing you the play-by-play here today. And Patrick, what do you expect from this game? You've said in a previous broadcast that the BC U17 team is your personal favorite in terms of the teams on the court. I'm going to start with this question. What does Alberta, who got blown out by BC, have to do in order to be able to compete?
figure out how to deal with this press. I have never, at any level of basketball, seen a full court press as effective or as dangerous as BC. They essentially run 2 5-man units that keep them fresh. They change it up. It's little subtleties. Alberta has to do something to prevent just getting run out of the gym. They stayed with BC for about a quarter and a half. And then all of a sudden the press ramped up. They, especially with all the guard injuries that we'll talk about for Alberta, they didn't have that depth to deal with it. They have less depth now, but they have got to find some kind of solution against this press.
Kind of boils it all down to that, doesn't it? I mean, if you are able to control the press and you can play them in the half court, Alberta has some advantages. They're bigger on the interior. They have some great athletes that are able to get to the basket. And so Alberta should be in a position to compete with them if it's just strictly a half-court game. So it's really going to come down to taking care of the basketball, valuing each possession, and being productive in each possession.
And guard the three-point basket. BC can get hot in a hurry. Case in point, they played Nova Scotia in a group stage game. They went 14 of 20 from three in the second quarter when they scored 60 points in a quarter. They had 88 at half. They dropped 159 on a pretty good Nova Scotian team. This team, I've never seen a team play like this, again, at any level.
Those are staggering, staggering numbers that you just shared with our viewers and listeners. That's and you know what? That isn't them running the score up to me.
Nope.
That is them executing their strategy and just being able to flat out shoot the ball at an extremely high level. And that's something that you and I talked about in the first broadcast in the bronze medal game where Alberta defeated Nova Scotia at the U15 level. But we are seeing better shooters being produced, and BC both at the U17 now playing for bronze, but the U15 playing for gold. Of all of the provinces in terms of just pure shooting ability, BC stands out.
Oh, absolutely, as he's going to be one of the starters and players we talk about a lot. Number 12 for BC is Malcolm Tyler. Stands at 6'10" already at the tender age of 17. As he'll jump against Nate Waldron, another great player for Alberta, but he has three-point range. This team exemplifies positionless basketball that we kind of touched upon at the end of our last game. All of them can shoot. All of them can handle. All of them can play in the low post. And another player you want to watch for BC is their point guard, number 11, Torian Lee, son of the assistant coach, and the best point guard I've seen at this age at any level anywhere, as he has the ball early. And we are underway with the U17 bronze game, and a quick miss there for that's Cole Beckering of BC, and Alberta early on drives in, throws up the shot, no good. Tipped by Waldron, no good, and the loose ball eventually picked up by Beckering, and BC has it 0-0, 30 seconds into the game.
What I think, too, that Alberta is going to have to do to compete is they're going to have to win most of the 50-50 battles for loose balls, deflections, along with taking care of the basketball. Unfortunately, good call. There was hesitation. That's what we're talking about. And there's two things that Alberta's going to have to do. It's not just going to be the passer, it's going to be the receiver. The Alberta players have to come aggressively to the basketball because BC is so good at pressuring that you can't throw the ball from across half court because they'll pick it off and they'll go in and shoot layups. A little bit of a rocky start, 9:12 to go, 0-0 still. Both teams seem a little bit either nervous or flat. So we'll see who's going to draw blood first.
Both teams losing semis to Ontario and Quebec yesterday. As Nate Waldron loses the handle, he was doubled in the post, stolen away, and here comes BC on the break. And the layup good, and our scoring is underway. That one dropped in by Irish Kokwia, one of the best names of the tournament there for BC. Early 2-0 lead, and here is that pressure. Nate Waldron, the big 6'8" forward, helps him out. Now he'll jump into the lane, throw up two off glass, and a pretty touch for Waldron as he ties it up at 2.
Nice handle by Nate. Again, we talked about that in the first game. And there's your guy, Lee, and that was a very nice pass. But this is the kind of battle they've got to win. They can't give BC second and third chances.
As kicking into there, and a three from the right wing this time is missed. That shot from Griffin Arnett, and another offensive rebound. Malcolm Tyler now with it for BC. He'll back Waldron down. An excellent low post matchup. These two fade away for Tyler. No good. Tipping it in, though, as Beckering. 3 offensive rebounds on 1 possession. Cannot happen if you're Alberta.
Well, can't happen and doesn't need to happen. One of the things that coaches talk about often is that rebounding is effort, and it's also screening out. And Alberta missing those kind of opportunities is just unacceptable. And right away, BC takes it in transition. Alberta does not get back, and I don't want to just come down hard on Alberta, but they have to take care of the basketball. They cannot rush in the half court. They have to make BC play defense deep into the shot clock and then get back and stop the transition from happening so easily.
And that layup was good by Torian Lee, assisted Kokwia, line change, as you'll see often for BC as Lee completes a 3-point play, and he'll take his seat. And that is Unit A, and Unit B is a slight drop-off, but very little notice. Again, this is a very deep BC team and a team that needs the depth as they full-court press the entire game, although their mantra out of every timeout is 1, 2, 3, not tired, and it speaks right into their play. And another turnover, and right back comes BC as a layup is up and made, and a tough shot there. That one by Mikhail Maliboyuk as BC runs it up 9-2 early, 2.5 minutes into this game. And here comes that press again. Back comes Alberta, the key to the game for them. Nathan Maxwell, a good point guard for them. As it comes back up top now, it's Colby Anderson, captain of the Alberta U17 teams. He finds a screen from Waldron. He'll drive in, draw contact, throw it up, no foul. Shot no good. Waldron, though, follows it up with the rebound, and he's fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line for 2. Waldron, again, key, and he's showing up early in this bronze medal game.
He has the ability on the offensive and defensive glass to be a real force. That's number one. He has a good nose for the ball. He gets to the ball quickly, and he finishes well around the basket in traffic. So it's good for Nate. He's had a great tournament. He's shown really well. But the other player that they really need to step up is Maradona Benjamin. He needs to have a big game for them as well, and he needs to help Waldron on the glass too. Like, he has to be a force on the defensive, particularly on the defensive glass, because they just cannot give BC multiple opportunities.
1 out of 2 on the free throw line there, and about 3 seconds later, BC draws foul. That's Terrence Booker. He'll head to the line for 2. And to your point for Waldron, and also for Benjamin, both of them probably playing their best games of the tournament after they were blown out by BC in the final pool play game. They came back, played their best game of the tournament in a win over Sask. Waldron finishes with 26 points and 16 rebounds in that game, and Benjamin took on some of the ball handling duties after a couple of unfortunate guard injuries. And he had his best game of the tournament by far. Went from a 7-turnover game against BC to a 14.8 rebound, 1 turnover game against Sask. And they need more of the same against BC as those free throws good. 11-3 BC early.
Adama is a very good, very skilled player, and they need a big game from him.
And they don't need that turnover there off the inbound pass. The pressure forces and a 3-point launch. Thank good, and oh my goodness. That is knocked down by Jeremiah Francis. And another turnover off the press, and this is what we warned you about. This press is deadly as it's thrown away again by Alberta, and the layup thrown up, this time missed by BC, and that was from Xavier McLean. And Alberta comes back the other way, loses the handle, now picked back up, and we got a foul on the floor as Maxwell's fouled.
You just saw a demonstration of what BC's press does to you. And it's happening right now to the Alberta players. They're going too fast. They speed you up, and you start getting uncomfortable with the basketball, and you start throwing hurried passes into guarded lanes. And that's what Alberta has to do. They have to be more under control, and they have to be able to just, like I said, make, like right now. Now you have a nice defensive possession where you go deep into the shot clock. But here's the key. Get back, stand them up, and make them shoot the 3. That's a good shot that you want to see them take. Now we've got a 2-on-1 in transition, because one of the things that long threes, if you miss, you have a better opportunity just to do what Alberta did there. Get a transition basket. 2 nice possessions for Alberta.
And answered right back by BC. Benjamin with the basket down there, put back his own miss. That basket scored by Declan Cutler. for BC. And now breaking the pressure, just barely surviving, was Kamari Brewery. And a 3-ball launch by Benjamin, in and out. Waldron, rebound, put back, is blocked. Now he'll get his own rebound again. Hook shot, missed. Benjamin knocks the rebound out of bounds. Good effort, just an unlucky set of events there for Nate Waldron. As Omar Amer will check in for the first time. And you mentioned this pregame, Omar struggled mightily, especially more than any other player against this BC press in that first loss.
Yeah, Omar has to really come with his senses about him. If he can't handle the pressure, he needs to get rid of the ball. And he just needs to play within himself and play a more solid, grounded game.
3-ball launch. Francis, he'll miss this one, and a big rebound there from Mateo Kells, one of the depth players who's been asked to take on a bigger role in the event, since there's been 5 players injured for Alberta, as just losing the handle was Nate Maxwell, and back comes BC. Francis, right wing, shot fake into the paint. Now he'll shot fake again, give it up, and driving in, and a great dish off, layup missed though that was from Cutler, and Alberta survives that. Now here's Amer, right wing, throws to the corner. Benjamin, 3, missed it.
Great shot though, and real nice read by Omar. That is exactly it. Under control, not going at full speed, going 3/4 speed, surveying the court, finding his open teammate in the corner with a great look. You'd love to have Benjamin get that shot all night, because he'll hit more than his share. He's a good spot-up 3-point shooter.
As a line change again, BC puts their starters back in. Amer open 2, missed. Benjamin, though, with the rebound, and I think he traveled. Yes, he did. It was close, and I see what the referee saw. 50-50 call. Unfortunate result for Benjamin. BC basketball up 16-7, just over halfway through quarter 1.
Well, Alberta, like I said, we've said, they've had a couple of decent possessions, and they've done a better job at getting back and stopping BC from, like in their half court, BC is defendable. They're very good, but they're defendable. This is, though, where you got to be strong with the ball, and you got to move to get open.
Colby Anderson, 3 left wing.
Get in
unfriendly roll, but Benjamin gets the rebound. Now Amer 3 from the left wing. Missed, and a good offense rebound. Maxwell, and he'll lose the handle under a double team. Bodies fly, and Malcolm Tyler recovers for BC. Baseball pass the other way, and the layup is good for BC. Once again exemplifying a full court pass is on the money for 2. Amer finds Benjamin through pressure. Good press break there by Alberta. Benjamin doubled in the corner. Now he loses the handle, gets it back. Now finds Maxwell right wing. Throws to Amer left wing. Amer finds a screen. Now he draws double, gets out of it. Finds Anderson, left wing 3. That's short. And Tyler comes away for the rebound for BC.
Too bad for Colby, because both were good looks, and both you felt had a real good shot at going down. Good shots.
As Beckering, a nice up and under, used his upper body strength advantage over Benjamin and got inside and got the friendly layup roll home. And the ball rolling deep, because Alberta didn't have an inbounder, allows BC to settle their press quickly. And here they are. Again, it's a zone full court press. Now they switch to man on it. And a good find, and here comes Anderson on the layup. Good, and a nice find by Maxwell.
That's the downside of a press. If you beat it, you shoot layups. That's what Quebec did. That is open if you can see over it. And Alberta's done a better job of measuring the defense and let them make the commitment before they actually start attacking, and which just forces them into mistakes.
Malcolm Tyler missed a hook shot, so a stop for Alberta. A chance to cut into this 22-9 BC lead. Amer throws it up. Anderson thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Amer throws low post. Here's Benjamin. Draws a triple team, dishes it off. And throwing it up and in is Mateo Kells, who's had a rough tournament, but looked good there with that shot.
Nice to see him persist and be able to finish through pressure.
And he's going to have his hands full with Tyler down low, but he blocks, or at least alters, the shot of Lee. And
we've got numbers now, 3-on-2 break.
And here is Anderson. He'll get blocked himself, and BC's, that's number 5, Kokwia, caught that ball out of bounds, so it'll be Alberta ball.
That was just better defense than offense. Colby made a great decision, went to the hoop hard. Excellent defensive play. Got to give credit where credit's due. But Alberta, they're showing sparks. They're down 9, but they're playing like they're in the game, and they're taking better care of the basketball.
Here is the shot blocked down low, but getting the rebound is Kells again. He throws up another shot and in, so 4 points for him.
Nice, quick 4 points from Kells. Good for him. Need confidence boosters.
And from the left wing, as BC's gone back to their line change, it's a three-pointer by Brown, missed, and a rebound for Omer, helped out by Maxwell on the tip. Turnover by Omer, and here comes BC on the break. They missed the layup, though, and Omer makes up for his mistake with the rebound, and into the front court comes Alberta. Omer to Maxwell, right wing, slows the pace, finds Kell in the low post. Here comes the double, the triple, and an offensive foul. He went too hard as he bowls over Isaac Brown.
There's an opportunity for Alberta. Kell's got the ball in the low post. BC does a great job of swarming. So you know the swarm is coming. So where are the openings? The openings are either the kickback out to the corner, or in that case to Waldrop, who is at the free throw line wide open, or the opposite corner. And it's easier said than done because you're being swarmed. But those players are wide open for good shots.
Speaking of wide open, Jeremiah Francis was, and he missed the three. Long rebound trickles out of bounds.
Even BC is human on the 3-point.
Somehow.
And they are going to get their points in bunches. So the key is take the bunches away.
And don't turn it over like just happened there, as that pass was tipped and last touched by, I believe that was Waldron, but the pass from Omer was lacking, and that's what caused the turnover.
Yeah, Omer has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. It is better to get a violation in the backcourt than to turn the ball over for layups. Now, in that case, it didn't hurt them per se, but you just can't make those kind of unnecessary turnovers. And they're getting better, though. They're getting better. Good shot clock violation. Good defensive stand by Alberta. Again, get BC in the half court and take your chances. Don't let them beat you with bunches of transition baskets off turnovers.
Daniel Garner into the game for Alberta, and BC, that might be their first shot clock violation of all time. They like to shoot it within 5 or 6 seconds if they can, but Alberta will take it.
7 seconds or less. They've definitely adhered to that principle.
Omar Amer with the ball, finds Waldron off the high pick and roll, spins into the lane, layup good, Garner. Nice little action between the two posts, and oh my, did we just get a warn? I think Garner just got warned for something as he gets the bucket, and Alberta within 5, but Garner's got to be careful. Here comes Isaac Brown in BC into the corner, 3-ball blocked by Waldron, and a rebound right back to BC and a foul, and that just can't happen. Garner, who stands at 6'8" officially, gives up the rebound to a generous 6'2" Isaac Brown. I would guess he's closer to 6 feet.
Well, whatever took place down there can't happen from Garner, and there's a prime example of you need to keep your focus 100% on the basketball game, and the other stuff that goes around it, stay out of that, because you need to be aware where the ball is, react to the ball, and get to the ball to help your team give you the best chance of the win. They're in this game. They're down 6. They're in this game. They need everybody, all hands on deck, 40 minutes. They can play with this team if they get it into the half court and they're able to slow BC down.
Those 2 free throws break a, doing math in my head, 8-0 Alberta run, 22-15 Alberta lead. They break the press. Here is Garner. Might have gotten away with the travel, lays it up, nice assist by Waldron, and Garner did just enough, I think, to keep that pivot foot still.
But here again, like we've been talking about, you get behind the press is all in. It's like shooting threes. It's live and die by the sword.
And back they come off their own steal. Here's Omer right as the quarter ends, gets the layup, and a nice end for Alberta, 22-19. It was 27 BC. It could have snowballed again, but credit Alberta. They've got lost big to this team once, but they don't falter here in the first quarter. 22-19 BC after 1.
I'm going to point out a couple of what I felt were outstanding recoveries by players. Number 1, Kells. A couple of big buckets on the inside. Struggled through the tournament, but persisted again. The coaches have done a good job of keeping him built up. And Omar Amir, he had a couple of turnovers, one in particular that you would say is a bad turnover, but they're not coming in bunches. He's doing a much better job of reading the defense Alberta is adjusting to the pace that BC is throwing at them, the relentless throwing at them, and 22 points for BC. That's like normally that's after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So and that there again, presses are high risk. Shooting the three is high risk. If you're not able to, and Quebec showed that yesterday, you get behind the press, you're shooting layups.
Yep.
Alberta's starting to shoot some layups. They've had out of their last 5 baskets, probably 4 were layups out of transition against the press.
And again, 22-19, you mentioned BC. Low point total. The lowest they've scored was against Quebec, and they still broke 110 in the tournament. This is a team that's averaging almost 130 points a game. That's not a mispronunciation. That's what they did. Again, 159 against a very good Nova Scotian team in group play. This team just so good offensively. Now, full court press over a compressed, long tournament. I know they run 2 units, but that wears your legs down over time.
It wears your legs down, and what we saw in the first quarter, there's 3 quarters left, but what we saw in the first quarter was a mindful effort by Alberta to recognize what they have to do to beat the press. Take care of the basketball. Break hard to the basketball. Look for mismatches and take advantage of them.
Omar Amer with it, picks his dribble up, finds Garner, corner. As driving in is Maxwell. He'll hand off Waldron. Layup too long. Gets his own rebound. Put back good. Good effort. Stayed with it.
Stayed with it. Brings him within 1. Excellent, excellent first possession for Alberta.
Quick 3 the other way. BC good as they get hot quick. That's Irish Kokwia. Well, I'd say along with Torian Lee, their 2 most impressive guards in this tournament, and he makes Alberta pay. Not that they really did much wrong on that. He just shot it well.
Well, but what Alberta, and those are the things they can't do. They can't have bigs out dribbling into the swarming.
Quick three.
And then the other thing they have to do, we have 2 examples. We'll talk about that at the next break.
Kokwia, right wing 3, good. Back-to-back threes for number 5 of BC, and that lead quickly back to 7. And I believe this is going to be a timeout. It is a smart timeout before this gets out of hand. Alberta played well, but BC back up 7.
Well, what I want to focus on now is transition defense. You cannot jog against BC. You have to sprint back on defense and find your check immediately. You can't play with your hands down. You can't close out slowly. It's better to run the player off the line rather than let them just take a wide open 3 that they get their feet set with, Patrick. And that's what those 2 possessions did. And that's what BC will do. As soon as you start snoozing a little bit, or you're feeling good about yourself, you're within 1. And I'm not saying that's what the Alberta team did, but you could see the effort went down a little bit. BC's didn't, and they're too good at shooting the basketball. You have to keep them out of rhythm. Once they find their rhythm, you're in trouble.
And they found their rhythm on a couple shots. Their head coach of Alberta, Mike Myers, tries to stymie it a little bit with that timeout. 28-21 BC, 58 seconds into our second quarter of play of this bronze medal U17 game. The U15 side for Alberta just clinched bronze with a convincing win over Nova Scotia. Trying to join them on the podium is this U17 iteration. As that inbound pass a little loose, and Amer, pick your violation. Travel, backcourt, might have been another travel, and another turnover for Alberta and a quick sub.
Well, and I think what Amer has to do is recognition again. Like we talked about it earlier. BC wants to speed you up and have you make uncomfortable decisions. That was an uncomfortable decision.
Kokwia 3 again, missed it that time. That was his heat check. As a rebound pulled down by Nate Waldron, who's immediately swarmed. And now here comes Daniel Garner, right wing. He'll throw up a floater, friendly roll home. Transition basketball, Garner's second basket.
Nice move, nice assertive move, soft on the rim.
Here's Torian Lee, 3-pointer, primarily a distributor, but man, he can shoot when he wants, and BC up 8.
Great offense will always beat great defense. And there was just a question. I thought that he was well defended on that. I thought Colby Anderson did a nice job. Had his arm up, hand in his face.
Bad inbound or entry pass there leads to a turnover. Irish Kokwia, hesitation, and nothing really Anderson could do. He was going to either block it or get scored on. He chose to block, and the shot fake buys a bucket for BC, back up 10. Now into the front court, Maxwell, or what do we call it? They call 8 seconds. Didn't get it across fast enough in the first 8-second violation.
That's okay. And the reason I say that's okay is something I mentioned before. It's better than a bad pass to turn it into 2 or 3 points. What Alberta right now has to do is settle in against the starters again, keep them in front of you, which is really hard to do.
And recovery there.
Nicely done.
Block shot there on what looked to be an open layup. And now again, Alberta throws the pass away. They were up against the clock, and a foul there will send Beckering to the line for 2.
That was not the passer's fault.
Nope.
That was his teammate's fault, not sprinting to the ball. The thing against the press, again, that you have to emphasize is not, A, measure and always be under control, and B, help your teammates out. And that means exploding to the ball. Too often players will jog to the ball and try to seal a defender, and we've seen a lot of tip turnovers here where players stop, try to seal their defender, and the defender comes around them, Patrick.
Beckering's first free throw, no good. Second one in and out as well. Waldron secures yet another rebound, and Alberta with the ball. BC will retreat their press. Now they set up in a three-quarters court zone, and they call the offensive foul on the screen on Waldron. Definitely Torian Lee took a stumble. Waldron saying, my feet are set. Look from here like you might have a case. Either way, offensive foul, BC ball.
That's a really tough call for officials, I think, to delineate. Like, you have your feet set, somebody trips over your feet. Is that a foul or not? I didn't see the foul there.
And again, tough, especially these officials got to play at this pace too, so there's going to be mistakes. They are human. And another foul called on Alberta. And this is what they can't do, is commit these fouls, because BC also, by the way, outstanding free throw shooting team. Nate Waldron gets a well-deserved break as Kellis comes back in.
Well, it's his third foul.
Oh, that is?
Oh, no, I take that back. That was on number –
it's on 9. Maxwell.
Maxwell, yeah.
Also a problem being the primary point guard.
Yep.
And loose ball out of bounds, turns over to Alberta.
This is where this is the great part of this tournament, is you have opportunities to meet competition you're not familiar with, that you're completely uncomfortable with, and you have a chance to find a way to be successful against them. So I just think this is fantastic. Even if the result isn't what you want.
Torian Lee, left wing three, good.
But you weren't lying about the way you rated him. Can he play?
Talking to his father, again, one of the BC assistants pregame, and he is has a layup the other way. Nice break there. That's got to be okay. They call it late, but a goaltending. Kean Smith gets the layup. He's already got offers, D1. He's in 10th grade. He's got D1 offers from the States. He's going to play wherever he wants.
He is, and he should. He's a special player. You can just see that in how hard he goes and the skill level that he brings. Like he's just a very, very special player.
And right back he comes in the finger roll layup, unfriendly roll, though BC gets the rebound, but he is tied up. Oof, tough spill there, but Benjamin, I believe, is the one who tied up BC's 13. That's Cutler, so possession arrow keeps it here, but good effort to at least change the arrow. Line change,
that's right. Is it NHL or is this basketball? You don't see that at this level often, but I can see why BC does it. Their coaches are outstanding. Nice adjustment on defense. Nice adjustments. Those are the little things that you have to do. Anderson did a great job of switching out and taking away the three, which BC is very comfortable and used to getting and used to hitting.
And Nate Maxwell, playing with 3 fouls, we should add, draws contact and draws a foul there. So fresh, 18 is above the 14, so no reset. 36-25 BC leading in this bronze medal match with just over 6 to play. Benjamin fadeaway, no good. Tip, last touch by BC. It'll stay with Alberta.
This is an opportunity for Maradama to really work on his interior game. He's got a length and size advantage, but he needs to be more confident when he looks to take his shot.
3-ball, Maxwell missed. Rebound tipped, kept alive. And we got a foul, and it's going to go against Alberta as 3 players fight for the ball, and 1 foul goes on blue back the other way. I don't know what
I don't know about that. I didn't see it. I guess I just didn't have the angle, because that looked like just 3 guys going for the basketball, but so be it. Time to play basketball.
Time to play indeed, and penetration quickly for BC. Layup missed, that one by
50-50.
Arnett. And then
50-50, 50-50. You've got to get the 50-50 rebounds. You've got to get the 50-50 loose balls. You have to be quicker to the basketball than your opponent. And right now, let's give credit where credit's due. BC is relentlessly pursuing the basketball and having more success than Alberta. Alberta's on its heels. They got to get off its heels, and they've got to match the effort to get the basketball.
Arnett, this is Griffin Arnett, first free throw made, a native of Victoria. I'm sure the local university and powerhouse in its own right will have plenty of interest in him, as both free throws are good. And Alberta will face the daunting press of BC. They've done a pretty good job for the most part, and again, they break it. Colby Anderson single-handedly, and he'll draw foul and go to the line.
There's something to what Colby did. He broke the press. He kept this was the key. He kept the ball in front of him as he was moving forward. A lot of times players will pull it back to their side, which gives the defender an opportunity to come from behind and flip the ball away. So Colby did a great job, and he attacked the basket hard, drew the foul. Now he's being rewarded with 2 free throws.
Kamari Brewery checks in for Kean Smith for Alberta. First free throw good. As again, depth a problem for Alberta, which could play out long-term in this game. Among the injuries, Cole Wedman, one of their starting guards, brother of Panda, Dakota Wedman. He's out for the tournament with an injury. Michael Brown, one of the reserve guards, also out. So very short-handed, especially on the guards, is Alberta. 5 of their 14 players in training camp are no longer either injured or off the team. As a layup there blocked, and Kells, who's playing by far his best game of the tournament so far with the rejection, and a long pass. And what a save for BC, and that's Xavier McLean. All effort, saves the ball and gets the possession back with the deflection off the defender.
Right idea by Alberta. It wasn't executed well, but it was the right idea. Heady play, you're right, by BC to throw it off. But they tried to take advantage of a transition opportunity. No, it wasn't a great pass, but it was the right idea. So at least they're looking to attack. That's where they got to get it. Now Colby's getting more aggressive, which is really important.
Yep, the guard, and a bad pass there by Brewery sails over the head of Anderson, who just had a good defensive stop and a rebound, playing above his size.
I can just feel the tension that you feel when you're frantically trying to adapt to the frenetic pace, a lot of F words here, a frenetic pace that BC forces you to play in.
Fantastic frenetic pace.
That's right.
And back comes Alberta off the missed shot, and oof, that pass from Brewery just out of the range. Good idea again, just a half step too far ahead of Benjamin.
Yep.
Even Benjamin's long arms couldn't quite corral that as Nate Waldron back into the game. Kells will sit down, and Alberta definitely needs Waldron. Nothing against Kells. Waldron's just a different presence in the low post.
Well, absolutely. And Kells has given valuable bench minutes today. He has been a good rebounder, and he's finished around the rim. Got to find that, guys. That's what you got to find.
And I think no deflection, but a hand in the face bothers the three, and rebound comes back to Alberta, and we got a foul on the floor. It's a little bit too of an aggressive press there as McLean will foul Anderson. And nope, not quite bonus time yet.
Well, and there again, what Colby did well there is he was aggressively coming to the basketball that did not allow the BC defender to come through him and flip the ball away like we've seen other turnovers. So Colby right now is playing with much more of an assertive approach and is paying dividends.
Omar Amer checks into the game for
now get away.
And here is Nate Waldron. Nice post move and a friendly bounce, but it's all about that finger roll. If you can get it up on the rim, it'll fall in. Back come the starters for BC, and a three-pointer launched from the top. No good. Tip rebound, last touch by Alberta, and it'll stay BC ball under their own basket, a fresh 14 to shoot. And a little bit of a lineup change here as they mix the starters and bench for a little bit. Now Irish Coakley will check in, and we got the full line change back in effect, except for Malcolm Tyler. Layup missed by BC's Arnett. Rebound, Maradama Benjamin. Here comes Alberta again. Benjamin right wing. He'll step his way to the basket.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Getting him in attack lanes in transition, he could do a lot of damage.
I have no idea how that pass found Arnett, but it is good assist to Torian Lee.
It really was. Now, here's the key. They're doubling, and the guys have to get open. Yeah, that's 5.
Yep.
See, that's what they do really, really well. They double the player. Instead of staying on the ball, they double the player closest to the ball, and they hard guard the off guard. And the off guard has to, what we call a banana cut or a circle cut, in order to get open. They can't be passive, but the bigs have to come to the top of the key in order to get the ball so they don't have that problem.
Three-pointer miss. Kokwia floater. 2 bounces off the rim, no good. Waldron with the rebound.
There, you see what I'm talking about?
Right
that.
there,
Yeah.
yep. And right back comes BC easy too.
You can't put it on your hip against these guys. They will take it from you.
And Alberta, again, calls a timeout, and I like that timeout. They had 1 left, and before BC really gets back up to a double-digit lead, it's just 7. Calm down. Your guys are fine.
Yep, you guys are fine. You're in this. Let's focus again on not getting sped up. Let's dictate the pace of the game. Let's not let them dictate the pace of the game. Be solid, make good decisions, come to the ball hard, help each other out, and then look for ways to attack them over the top.
Correction on that score, it's 42-31. They had accidentally put the points on the wrong side for a sec. Just so happened to be when I looked up. So 11-point lead. But either way, yeah, this game's nowhere out of hand. So plenty of time to talk this thing over if you are Alberta, which is exactly what they're doing. BC is right back on the court because they don't need to change anything the way they're playing.
Yeah, it seems like BC has they have a tremendous chemistry for what I would call a provincial team, representative team, knowing that these guys are playing school ball and club ball, playing lots of tournaments, but to find the time to work together to develop this kind of chemistry is very, very impressive. A real tribute to the BC program and the BC coaching staff.
And headed by James Blake, who never sits down, is always energetic, which matches this team style. Again, they break every huddle. 1, 2, 3, not tired. I love that. As a player who ran a full court press, nowhere near like this. You love to see the energy and you love to see the commitment.
That's the key, and that's not the key.
Nope, bad inbound pass stolen away by BC. Kokwia penetrates behind the back pass is brilliant. 3 ball short though, and the rebound comes away to Anderson. But what a pass that was by Kokwia. Now back the other way. Brewery penetrates. Left-handed layup, no good. Bothered by Lee, but the putback good by Benjamin.
Benjamin's starting to assert himself, which is a great sign for Alberta. Now the key is get a couple of good possessions. And nice hands by Omar.
Malabuyak turns the ball over, and into the front court comes Alberta. Here's Benjamin. Hands off Waldron. Layup in and out. You couldn't decide between the layup and the dunk. And the rebound floats out to Lee, and right here is Kokwia. The other way, BC layup too good, and it happens that fast. It should have been 42-35. Instead, it's 44-33.
So Nate's just got to keep positive. And, okay, here's a problem. To beat a press, you take the 2 defenders to the deep corner. The other player either reads his defender and either curl cuts in front of the ball so you can get the ball on the move, or he goes deep corner. That opens the middle up for your opposite side big to run to the basketball.
And we got a foul. It's Anderson's foul trying to pass it into the front court to Benjamin, as he'll get an offering of a handshake there. It was a hard spill, but just a foul on the press. Sometimes that happens.
2:43 left. The key for Alberta is if you can be under a 10-point deficit coming out into the second half. They cannot let BC go on one of their unbelievable runs right now to end this quarter.
On the right wing, driving in, almost losing the handle, but finding Benjamin, layup good, and the distribution of Kean Smith, excellent.
I'll tell you what, Kean almost got himself in trouble by dribbling into traffic, but he gathered himself and they made a nice, sharp pass perfectly on the hands of Benjamin, who finished. Benjamin's had a very nice second quarter, and good for Alberta. They're making better decisions against this withering BC press.
Yep.
Not to take anything away from BC, I would just say Alberta's just playing a much more solid, more confident, more fundamentally sound game.
And the missed free throw by Benjamin leads to a Waldron rebound, and then a layup missed by Benjamin. Loose ball goes out of bounds. That was the 3rd foul, by the way, on Xavier McLean. About the only time that Coach James Blake switches his lineups up is for foul trouble, and Torian Lee does come in with the 2nd unit now, as the layup by Arnett is blocked, and then comes off of him.
Nice block comes off. Oh, but That's what Nate has to do. Nate has to stay focused. He's missed a couple of easy ones. He cannot let that discourage him. He just has to stay focused and keep being relentless.
And he was one of those players in the midst of what was just a torrent of BC pressure in that earlier blowout loss to BC. He was one of the players still trying to encourage his team as a good little weave there, Benjamin layup.
There we go. There we go. Good heads-up play. See your defenders. Keep your head up. Look for the cutters. Take advantage of the mismatches and the numbers that you get.
Three-pointer for Lee, top of the arc. Short rebound, tipped by Omer, handled by Anderson. And we got a 3-on-3 the other way for Alberta. Nice feed to the corner. There's a three, missed. But a good look, and the rebound comes to BC, and they come back into the front court.
Here's the key. Keep them in front.
And they pretty much do, and an unfortunate foul there is Isaac Brown. Hesitation in the air, drew contact, and he'll head to the line for two. And we got a couple subs coming in as Garner and Maxwell back into the game as Waldron and Omer take a seat.
Maxwell has 3 fouls, so he has to be careful in the last minute and 33 to not pick up the fourth, because they really need him and his leadership and ball handling ability in the second half. They're within 7, and again, 133. You have to maintain your composure, because you can give up 6 or 8 points in this real easy to BC if you don't take care of the basketball.
Split free throws there. One good for Brown as he'll check out, replaced it by Kokwia. So a mismatch lineup here for BC, but most of their starters in.
This is where the big has to break.
And a good press break there, and into the front court comes Maxwell and Alberta. Fouled on the floor, and that will put Maxwell on the line for 2. We're in the bonus.
Alberta's been strong with the ball. And what I really liked about Maxwell's handle there was he kept low and he kept strong with the ball. He did not stand up. He didn't put it on the side like I talked about, but he kept it low, kept it close to his body, and was able to draw the foul.
First free throw, no good. Got to hit those 2, but he'll get a chance for another. And again, a 45-37 BC lead. But BC's had 88 at one of these halves, so 45 in its own is a win. As 1 of 2 there for Maxwell. And again, BC's lowest output of this tournament is 110. On track to be well below that average. Is an easy layup for Kokwia as Benjamin got beat off the dribble. Here comes the pressure and a nice pass, and back comes Maxwell, and he finds Garner in transition, who loses the handle, and Lee comes away with it, stripped. And right back comes BC. Kokwia off the baseball pass, turnaround layup, good, and a long pass. And right back, BC up 11.
There's 4. There's 4. Like we said, 8 is real fast for these guys. You got to get it over. Good job. Good job. He maintained control.
Just before the 8-second violation, now Colby Anderson drives in, draws contact. No good on the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws. So they played with fire, but they're ending up with 2 shots.
Colby is doing such a great job of being aggressive in attacking the basket in the second quarter in particular. He's just been outstanding. He's been fearless. And that you need that kind of leadership, and I really think that has, spread to the rest of the team. Benjamin's been much more aggressive in his play. So a pretty solid second quarter, keeping it within striking distance and not allowing BC, give up 4, but don't give up 8. Don't give up 10.
Right.
That's where BC just absolutely tears your heart out.
Anderson hits both free throws, so we got a 49-40 game, and Jeremiah Francis is fouled off the ball so far that I didn't see it as I was watching the free throw.
I saw it. It was a very bad decision by Garner. And on a screen out, it was obviously a foul. That's unfortunate. Again, you've just hit 2 free throws. Now you don't even have a possession that you can defend.
And they get free throws, and if he makes the second, they get to set their press up once again. So Jeremiah Francis will get 2 as both teams in the bonus. He will get a friendly roll home. BC hits the 50-point mark. They hit their pace for 100 now. And Francis will try for one more. 49 seconds before halftime. BC up 50-40. Make it 51-40 as both times Francis gets the benefit of a friendly rim. And here comes the trap. Maxwell's trapped in the corner. He gets the ball out.
Get it long, Kobe.
And he comes across half court with 1 second to spare, but then he loses the ball, and back comes BC. They almost throw the ball away, but Beckering holds on. He finds in the corner Kokwia, 3-ball, missed. tipped rebound, last touched by, it says, off of Francis, so it'll stay Alberta ball with 14 to shoot. 30 before the half. Excuse me, BC ball. It'll stay under their basket, 14 to shoot. So I lost momentarily which team shot at which end. We've only been doing it all half.
Well, at least you picked it up, Patrick.
Torian Lee will inbound.
There's that shot that they like.
And there's Francis. Easy, super easy, and just like that, a 7-point deficit is 14, 54-40 BC. Final possession possibly before half. Anderson turns it over. Lee with the steal, and he's fouled. You cannot compound that with a foul, and you talked about it. BC they can put up 10 points in 10 seconds, and I'm not exaggerating, and they have a chance for 2 more from Lee at the line.
Yeah, it's the bunches that are killer, and I think Colby has a legitimate gripe on that one. He got bumped, he certainly did, but you have to be strong with the ball. You're not going to get every call, and he didn't there, and consequently, you know if you're coming over half court, particularly towards the sideline, you're going to get doubled from behind. Now, easy to sit up in the broadcast booth and say that.
Bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. Everybody, we know everything up here. But put it out on the court against this. You can just see how relentless BC is.
They just induce panic as they do it again. A steal from Kokwia. Might have gotten away with the foul on Benjamin, but a good interception there and an out of bounds. But at least Kean Smith stopped a wide-open layup, and he gets a hand up from his teammate.
Great hustle, and I have to give the Alberta kids credit. They have competed the whole half.
Oh, yeah.
They have not nearly been as overwhelmed as they were in the first game. It's just BC's a very good basketball team.
Beckering with 3 seconds before the half. He'll lose the handle, but last touch by Alberta out of bounds. 1.8 before half.
And this is that. Watch that curl to the corner again for the 3.
Yep.
Or watch the drop on the inside.
They find Francis. He'll take a fadeaway shot that nearly falls, and we'll hit halftime. Alberta far better than they played in their first game. 56-40, though. BC leads at halftime. Paul, your thoughts before we take a break of this first half?
The thing that's so impressive about BC is their relentlessness. Even when they're being scored on, they still compete, and they're still predatory and opportunistic. So they're always looking for any number of ways to force a turnover, whether the traps in the corner on the inbounds play, the traps in the at half court sideline, 8-second line, whatever it is, they're opportunistic. Alberta showed, though, if you get over it, then you get over the press, you can score. That became harder in the second quarter as BC started dropping back further. So BC, kudos to them, 56 points. Alberta, kudos to them. They're better. They're better. And now I think a great goal would be, you'd love to win the game, but you'd want to win the half.
Yep.
At the very least. You want to go into your summer after having this over, giving it your best shot and competing really well against this very dynamic team.
Absolutely, as they will get a chance to do just that. We're going to step aside for about 12 minutes or so. BC leading Alberta in the bronze medal U17 match here, 56-40 at halftime. He's Paul Sir. I'm Patrick Erickson. We'll see you on the other side of the break again. About 12 minutes. We'll be back on the air for half number 2.
A lot has changed since you got your last perfect vehicle. You met someone. You got a dog. Your best friend met someone too. You got new interests. A new hobby. You felt a little more adventurous. You found a bigger hobby. You explored a little more. You needed a vehicle that reflected the new you. You found it. The all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. Your new perfect.
Beaucoup de choses ont changé depuis votre dernier véhicule idéal. Vous avez rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez adopté un chien. Votre meilleur ami a lui aussi rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez découvert un nouveau passe-temps. Une nouvelle passion. Vous vous êtes senti un peu plus aventureux. Votre passion a pris une nouvelle dimension. Vous avez exploré un peu plus. Il vous fallait un véhicule à l'image de vos nouveaux besoins. Vous l'avez trouvé. La Toyota Corolla Cross. Votre nouvel idéal.
Grit. Sure, it's mud and rocks and sweat and all that. Always will be. But grit is also an idea. An idea that changes the way we see and the way we do things. With an available iForce Max hybrid powertrain, the all-new Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit.
Attaquer les corvées, couvert de boue, de sueur, ça définit la ténacité, depuis toujours. Mais la ténacité, c'est aussi une façon de penser, qui change notre façon de voir et notre façon de faire. Avec un gros propulseur hybride iForce Max en option, voici le tout nouveau Toyota Tundra, la ténacité redéfinie.
Welcome back. We're at the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, and I'll say the beautiful Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. There's nothing like it in Canada, very few like it around the world, and we're happy to bring you back to the second half of this very exciting battle for bronze between BC and Alberta. And Patrick, Alberta's down 16, but it's a better feeling 16 than the first game, and the Alberta team, I think, feels they can compete with this relentless group of British Columbians who just keep coming at you and looking for any way they can exploit any mistake that you might make and turn it into offense.
Any mistake. How about 27 turnovers, even though it was a better performance, and not to take away from it, absolutely was, but 27 turnovers is forced. Yeah, and then they get 24 points off those turnovers. Torian Lee had a 7-assist half. Irish Kokwia had 18 points. But to your point, Alberta played better. Headlined by Maradama Benjamin, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and Nate Waldron, 7 points, 8 rebounds. Can they keep it up? Because this will wear you down is what will happen. And as you said, obviously they hope and will fight to try to come back, but at least win this half. No easy feat either. Again, superior depth on BC with the shorthanded Alberta team as we're underway here in half number 2, 56-40 BC.
Well, and I think it points out, it absolutely points out, yeah, it's better, but 27 turnovers is brutal, there's no way to soft sell that. Better, relatively speaking, but not good at all. And I think if I'm the coaches and I'm the players, I'm thinking, all right, in the off season, I've got to learn what it means to play against pressure. I've got to learn what it means to really take care of the basketball.
That's a good start right there as a jump shot by Kean Smith finds net as an early basket for Alberta. Right back comes Beckering, though, with a 3. And
can't give up. You can't hit 2 to give up 3 and not be – and, again, jogging back on defense. This is another way that BC exploits you. They sprint both ways. Teams against them tend to jog. They think this is a normal team.
And we got a foul that bails out Maxwell, who is trapped by Lee and Kokwia. Beckering, who just hit that 3, exemplifies the depth. He's a starter. He only had 4 points in that first half. That being said, the team was plus 23 in his 11 minutes on the court. Clearly a very valuable presence. Speaking of valuable presences, there's Nate Waldron with an easy layup. Nice move for the young forward. There is Alberta back within 15.
Nice assertive cross-cut going right to the rim.
What a kick out to Beckering from Torian Lee, who missed the shot, and the rebound tipped and saved. Now Waldron has it. Nice save there by Anderson, who had 7 rebounds from his guard position in the first half. That was from Anderson as a 3-pointer from Benjamin rolls home. Big shot there for number 34 of Alberta, who's within 12.
Nice start for Alberta. A very nice start.
And kickball. And the other way, okay.
Kick ball, Alberta. Great defense. I mean, the guys are out. They're off to a good start. This is what you hope for. You can look at the numbers and go, yeah, we need to get better. Well, yeah, you do, but they are, and they have to. But now they have to sustain it. BC is always looking. They're always probing, always looking for ways to disrupt you. So you have to stay focused. That's what's so great about this experience. You can go to club tournaments, Patrick, and get away with lots and lots of fundamentally weak decision-making because there's not this kind of pressure. But, boy, does this make you a more alert player.
And alert is Nate Waldron to pick up the loose ball, and then he loses it, and he travels. Might have lost it out of bounds. They didn't call the travel. Either way, TO on Alberta, back to BC. As Torian Lee, the outstanding point guard, will bring it up. 7 assists in the first half for him. He's already got 1 in this half. 3 ball from Arnett. How about another one for Lee? But really, credit goes to Arnett, who hits a pretty tough shot. That's not bad defense. That's just a good shot maker making shots.
Exactly.
As Maxwell, nice pass into the front court. 3-pointer left wing, missed. Rebound kept alive by Waldron, and he wins it. Malcolm Tyler, the outstanding forward for BC, has been subbed out. He's been quiet today. A lot of credit to Waldron. And we got a loose ball for BC, tied up, and it'll be Alberta basketball as really with nowhere to go there was number 13, Mason Carlson. I've been saying Cutler, but a late roster change. That's Mason Carlson for BC. And it will be Alberta ball under their basket. Kean Smith will inbound it. Finds Colby Anderson. He'll take a step-back 3 from the corner at the shot clock buzzer. Pro shot there from number 5. Alberta within 12.
He just hit a fadeaway 3 on the outstanding guard from BC and Lee.
With 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah.
And then back the other way, an easy floater there for Kean. And Alberta within 10 all of a sudden.
Critical juncture.
Torian Lee answers right back with his own layup all the way at the top of the glass and in. I don't know how you stop that.
Obviously you don't. He just is. He's just that good. Good offense beats good defense, and great offense beats good defense. That was great offense, followed by more great offense as we're in single digits, Patrick.
64-55. It's a fun one. Here's Torian Lee, blocked by Waldron, and rebound kept alive. Malcolm Tyler back in. He kept it alive, but BC throws it away. This is not the same Alberta response as the third quarter, where that was where the wheels really fell off the last time against BC. They have come out of the gates hot to start quarter three.
They've come out of the gates hot, and they actually have flustered BC up to and including Lee, who up to this point has been unflappable, and it's a great start.
Line change BC on time. That's what they're scheduled, but now Alberta works against the second unit of BC. I don't want to call them reserves because they're almost identical, but they are not the starters. Here's Maxwell left wing. He'll float her up and in at the shot clock buzzer. 2 shot clock beating shots from Alberta in quick succession. They're within 7. Back comes BC, a little shimmy in the lane. Now a kick to the corner. Isaac Brown has a 3 and miss. Follows the rebound, but Waldron has it. Just enough effort to keep that one away.
Good effort by Nate to get after that one and stay with it.
Because Isaac Brown had a good effort of his own to follow it, but the long arms of Waldron just able to keep it out of the way and get Alberta the ball back. Anderson drives, loses the handle, stolen by Isaac Brown. Back comes BC, 7-point lead. Now Arnett finds his way into the lane. He'll drive on Waldron, swatted out of bounds, saved by Waldron. No, he was out of bounds, but he denies the initial shot. And
what a great help side defense. That was tremendous by Waldron. Just absolutely reacted, exploded to block the shot. Outstanding work.
And a layup there by Arnett, inbound play, scores. Malcolm Tyler back into the game to answer that. Now Tyler, I didn't notice it to start the game. It might have been there, but definitely not before today, is playing with a bandage or a cast of some sort on his right hand. Might be part of the reason he's been quieter, as that shot missed. Long rebound. Waldron and Tyler run, and it's saved by Waldron. Layup is good, and that's Smith, and
Nate
that's all
Waldron made that happen. What a great effort to set a teammate up to bring the Alberta team back within 7.
Nate Waldron was outstanding against Sask and has somehow found even another level here in this third-place game. And that ball out of bounds back to Alberta.
Well, and I think there's an example of how you rattle another team. They now are pressuring BC, and they're making bad decisions. Now they put Lee back into the game.
And a little lob in there. There's Smith stripped, and a nice recovery there. That with the strip there, number 4, that's Malabuyak, and he saves a layup for Alberta, but another nice transition. Nate Waldron takes a breath, so 66-59. Let's see what the score is when Waldron comes back in.
Oh, they missed the wide open guy in the corner.
They found the other one,
They
but
found
Anderson.
the other. They had two good looks, but they ran it to perfection. And unfortunately, they missed the open corner 3.
Hop step into the lane as Isaac Brown draws contact. He'll go to the line for 2, 66-59 BC.
Sorry for my emotion just coming to the surface. When you see a guy that wide open, you want the ball to be on his hands. This is, all the junctures are critical for Alberta to have a shot at this game. And they do have a shot at this game. But this last sequence is what can't happen. You cannot jog back and allow BC in a transition that you can stop to get back. And then the other is you have to own that rebound.
And off the missed rebound, a free throw, we have a 3-point kick out, and then he misses it, but another offensive rebound. So 2 offensive rebounds leads to 2 points for BC. They restore a 10-point lead. Nice spin move by Amer into the front court. Corner 3, that's Smith again. Made it, and off the assist from Amer. He was up and down in the first half. He starts on and up in the second half. Big reserve play from Amer. Alberta within 7. And right back comes Isaac Brown. He misses the layup, though. Benjamin is tied up on the rebound, and possession arrow will give it to Alberta. The effort is there. It just needs to sustain long-term. Beckering back in for BC. BC, you can tell, is rattled because their substitution patterns are completely changed. That's the third individual substitution, no line changes, as they're trying to figure out, head coach James Blake, what to do to counter this Alberta run. Colby Anderson into the front court, finds a Mayer. He'll handle left wing, pull it back out under heavy pressure, loses the handle, gets it back, flyers into the lane. Smith open right corner this time. Kean Smith, heat check, missed the shot. Beckering picks up the rebound, but another good look.
But great pass by Omer to find the hot hand. It just didn't go down that time.
Arnett shot fake, gets his man in the air. He'll drive in and score. Beautiful shot fake. Kells bit. He really had to, otherwise Arnett has an open three look. But nice shot fake again. You've talked about it multiple times. The shot fakes are way better than they used to be. Turnover of Mayer, stolen by Torian Lee. Lee into the lane, bounce pass, finds his teammate, and a recovery block by Kells. I think there's body contact for the foul, but at least prevents the wide open layup. That's a hustle play. You like to see it even if he commits the foul.
100%. It was a great hustle play by Kells. Make him earn it at the stripe. It was a good effort, good clean effort. Omer, again, take care of the basketball. I'm not so sure he should be the primary ball handler, but he's been trying hard. He's been playing better, but that is the kind of turnover that Alberta just can't afford because you end up like this.
And
two free throws with an excellent free throw shooting team.
And to counter that, they do bring Maxwell back in. Omer stays out, so in reality, 3 guards on the court really for the first time for Alberta. Possible counter for that press. We'll see how it plays out. Both free throws are good. BC up 73-62, but it's been a really good start for Alberta this half, and an almost turnover. Almost turnover there for bad pass there from Maxwell, and they are lucky.
You can't throw what I would call a casual risky pass, a left-hand shovel pass with that kind of distance and that kind of opponent.
Benjamin, wide open three, right wing, short. Long rebound, though, tracked down by Anderson, saved, and a good job by Kokwia to avoid the deflection. Baseball pass, Kokwia almost goes in on its own, and Maxwell will corral the loose ball. Oh, my goodness.
That was interesting. Don't see that every day.
Missed his open teammate as Kells gets a nice pass there and finishes.
Nice patience by Kells, too. Let the 2 defenders go by on the shot fake. Nicely done. Good defense by Benjamin as well.
Back, Kokwia with the ball. He'll pull back, 3 ball.
Well defended.
Is good. You can't.
Great shot.
Can't teach that. That's just a shot maker making shots. 18 first half points. Yep. Over 20 now is number 5 for BC. Co-outstanding player with Torian Lee.
Tremendous. Just tremendous shot making, like you said.
Maxwell under pressure, picks his dribble up, turns it over. Stolen by Kokwia. Lee, easy layup from Kokwia, and just like that, BC back up 14, timeout Alberta.
Well, good timeout. Again, they've stretched the lead out. They've got their best players in there, and you know what they've done differently this time? They're pressuring the inbounds pass.
Yep.
But they're then dropping back, and they're setting up the guard and funneling him towards the half court and the sideline. Then they're pouncing. And what the mistake that Alberta's making is you get your head down and you see your defender in front of you. You know the pressure's coming, but there's the third player that's taking away the reverse pass. So where the opening is in the middle, and the 2 bigs are dropping too far, and they're not breaking to the middle to give them a release valve. And that's what Alberta has to do against this pressure. It's really interesting to watch that kind of baiting take place. And again, this is where Alberta players can grow, is keep the ball in the middle. You always want, against the press, to keep the ball in the middle, whether that's through passing or dribbling. So force your defenders to come to you towards the middle so you have a pass over the defense into the middle as well.
78-64 BC over Alberta. 2:39 left in the third quarter of our bronze medal U17 game. Alberta 17s trying to match the 15s who just won bronze over Nova Scotia. After this, we have the 15s championship, which is BC against Ontario, and we'll cap it off with Ontario-Quebec in the 17s final as we conclude a week of excellent basketball. Into the front court comes Anderson. He finds Maxwell on the right wing, pulls it out against a double team. Smart play, and Anderson will reset. Now Omer will run the offense from the top of the key. 10 seconds to shoot. Omer finds a screen, spins, picks up his dribble, turns it over. Torian Lee jumped the passing lane. Fouled after, and Omer compounds the problem, as that will be just the second foul on Alberta. as we're going to get Alberta subs. Okay, so it was 66-59 when Waldron checked out. It is 78-64 when he checks back in. So a 7-point deficit grows to 14 in just 3 minutes of Waldron not being on the court.
That goes back to being solid with the basketball and knowing how BC defends. They defend angles, and they take away passing lanes.
Torian Lee foul on the ground.
The other thing that in that last possession, all 5 of Alberta's players were, 4 were on one side and all were below the free throw line. There was no release valve from behind. And against pressuring defense, if you penetrate, a lot of times the best pass is out to the top.
Malcolm Tyler denies his teammate on the layup, but the kick out three, open miss by Kokwia. Turnover, Lee strips Amer, and an easy layup for Lee. Amer, poor ball handling, but also credit to Torian Lee, probably the best defender in this tournament. And better from Amer, good patience that time, and into the front court comes Alberta. Benjamin kick to the corner, Anderson shot fake, another shot fake, back to Benjamin, return pass, Anderson, layup good. Good two-man game right there.
Great basketball. That might be the pattern breaker that would help them a lot.
Malcolm
Good
Tyler
block.
denied by Benjamin. Rebound Beckering, he's fouled by Waldron, who was trying, they call the jump ball before the foul. Waldron's hand was in there. I was wondering which they call. Normally you see that called a foul. This time it's called a jump ball. Stays with BC, but for now, a denial of a scoring opportunity.
Waldron already making his presence felt in forcing a jump ball. Excellent job, and really he's done a great job on a very good player that we haven't seen much from tonight.
Now again, Malcolm Tyler, one of the better players for BC, playing with a cast on his right hand, layup good, and the foul for BC. Hasn't scored yet, but he's back into the game to at least counter Waldron's size. But BC again, just like that, they're back up 16, a chance for 17. It really doesn't seem like much has changed since Alberta got within 7, but here we are, double the lead again.
That pace, that pursuit, that persistence, that pressure, they're just, now we're going to Pease. We're absurd, but we're to Pease now. But that's what they do. They don't let up. They don't take their foot off the gas. If you let up, if you get a little lax with your ball handling, a little lax with your passing, a little lax with your cutting, you're gonna pay for it, and pay for it quickly. They're just opportunistic and relentless. There you go.
Much better.
Throwing it over the top.
And Waldron picks his dribble up, but he finds a teammate. That leads to an open three. Anderson, right wing. Short, but a rebound that time. And a jumper in and out and back in, as it's scored. And Alberta within 15. Back comes Kokwia in on Waldron. Blocked by Waldron, out of bounds. Good defense again. Waldron having the game of his life right now, keeping Alberta in the game.
Well, what I think you're seeing is an elevation of a player's ability as he's figuring things out, because he had that monster game against Saskatchewan, and now he's competing at such a high level against this very, very good BC team, who somehow the best player on the court gets lost in the middle, but it's just more of a tribute to their action. Better get it up, guys.
And Lee missed the layup. Waldron steps across the timeline with no time to spare, but he turns it over on a bad pass. And BC just a little too quick even for themselves. Kokwia couldn't handle the pass, was caught between a pass and a shot, and he throws it out of bounds.
I think that'd be a good book title, Caught Between a Pass and a Shot. Now when I played, that would never have been a question. It would just always be the shot.
Different game, as somehow Anderson keeps the ball alive. Open three, corner, Garner, good. Garner off the bench, that's not Garner, that's Smith.
Smith's had a great game as well. I think he's been fantastic. He's gotten to his spots. He's shot ready. He holds his extension and follow through on his jumper. Outstanding performance by him today. Again, what you're seeing is the benefit of the national championships. These games matter.
Torian Lee with the chance for the last shot, spins in the lane, turns it over. Shaw shirt tug there that Anderson got away with. Anderson half court heave, off backboard, no
nice
good.
Try.
83-71 BC. Alberta wins the quarter despite another BC run. They came back. It's within 12. They win the quarter by a couple points.
Well, they did, and that's in spite of BC, again, using their opportunism to their advantages and having those big bunches of layups, again, being forced out of turnovers. When Alberta gets them in the half court, they're beatable. When Alberta gets the ball over half court, they're getting great shots, and they're hitting shots. So, Alberta has had a much, much better effort here tonight, but let's see what they can do in the final quarter, because one of the things against a team that scores in bunches, because they're high risk, they give up points in bunches as well.
Yep. As we almost saw there on that last shot. I'm not sure BC will always hold for the last shot. I don't know if they're used to that. It's like, hey, no more 7 seconds, hold 20 seconds, and then run a play. Like, we don't practice this. I do want to give big credit to head coach Mike Myers of Team Alberta, because whatever adjustments he's made in the 24 max hours from the semifinal loss from the last BC game against this press. Now, they're still turning over a lot, but the difference, especially minus 2 guards that he had in that game, it's been much, much improved against this press of BC, regardless of what the final score is. Much better effort.
I'm so glad you pointed that out. Mike and his staff have worked relentlessly at raising not just the basketball IQ, but the basketball confidence that this team needs to have to play against a team like BC. You have to be confident. You have to be poised. You have to trust your training. That's a saying that's often used, but obviously he's been able to crystallize some of the principles, and that the players are applying them against this BC team and having greater success. And you know what? They're down 83-71. They're within striking distance.
Hit 2 threes at the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. So they've got 1 quarter left. What did you say? What does BC say out of every huddle?
1, 2, 3, not tired, as Garner's almost he does throw it away, as Hughes put in a tough spot in that spot, and then BC commits an over the back and a travel. But yeah, Garner put in a tough spot there at the bad pass, but lucky to get away with that is Alberta.
Well, exactly. So let's start the half now. 6 seconds gone, 83-71. Let's see what Alberta's answer would be. Now there again.
Not the answer.
That is not the answer. You cannot give up. You can't seal these guys. You have to keep moving to the ball. They're too quick, and they're used to jumping gaps like they just did there.
Anderson beats the entire team down and draws the foul. He beat 4 defenders before, 3 defenders, and then the 4th commits the foul. Only Irish Coquia wasn't beat by Anderson. Great hustle.
There have been, I think, some plateaus, new plateaus being reached by some of the Alberta players. Waldron, we've talked about, and Benjamin Smith, but this young man as well from Camrose, he has been courageous. That would be, that's what I would attach to his play. He has played with guts, and I think in the first half in particular, when the team was just about to fold, he single-handedly, not through spectacular plays, but just through his energy and his effort and his fearless attacks, I thought he brought the team back.
And he just forced a turnover on Torian Lee, whose pass, I think his feet kind of gave out as he threw that pass. He throws it out of bounds. Jeremiah Francis down out of screen. It looks like he's fine, just took a little bit of a tumble. But good defense there. And again, Anderson guarding Torian Lee, which has got to just be a nightmare of an assignment.
We
got a foul. Okay, that's a quick 5-second, but we got a foul off ball.
But this is a tough angle. You're throwing from the deep corner.
Yep.
That's a tough angle. But again, what we're seeing the Alberta players do too much is seal as opposed to attack the ball. You have to attack the inbounds pass.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it was 5 seconds. That was quick.
I think the foul is actually called on Daniel Garner, who's out of the game, so I didn't see it, but I would assume it's a hold off the ball. It's a 3-point hit by Beckering in the corner. Unsung hero there. He's got the body of a power forward. He plays the game like a shooting guard sometimes. Emphasized right there by a corner 3. Good job by Maxwell to avoid Torian Lee's trap. Here comes Colby Anderson on the drive. He'll throw it up, draw contact, no foul. And 50-50 ball is given over to BC out of bounds. Somehow, again, BC 15 points.
What I like about that is if you're going to have what you would call a turnover, it's you attacking the basket when you had a lane. He had an attack lane. Now, you could question final decision, but he made a decision and he went hard. He did not back off. So, again, Colby Anderson doing a great job today.
As he contests Torian Lee's 3, enough to force a miss. Rebound Griffin Arnett, though. He'll find Jeremiah Francis, left wing 3, short. Rebound Kells, who's had himself a great game off the bench. As I say that, he throws it away. Here comes Francis off the steal, hands off Arnett. Kick out, Beckering, shot fake. He'll run into the lane and lay it up. Blocks it. And a foul. Could have been Kells, could have been Anderson. As Beckering cycles, but another offensive rebound for BC. They make you pay for every extra possession you give them.
And when you have 5 players,
that's the 5th foul on 21. So that's Kells. He's out. Sorry.
When you have 5 players that when they see a lane can attack the basket, that's a real luxury. And BC empowers every player to feel that if they see that opportunity to go and attack the basket, and they do a great job of it. They love getting to the free throw line. They love getting to the rim.
And the free throw line indeed. First one good. Second one, friendly roll home. Almost the James Harden style offense. Layup, threes, and free throws, and everything else in between is almost shunned. Turnover there. Torian Lee steals it, and Anderson complicates it with a foul. Tried to steal it right back, but I think he might have a grievance because he took a lot of contact on the turnover as well.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I agree. I thought there was a foul. You could easily have called a foul. It affected the ball. But again, Colby doesn't back off, even against a player that's so excellent.
3-ball wide open good. That's Arnett, and Torian Lee just...
Well, Torian's special. Like the court vision. Like to throw it on, and to throw it, again, ill-advised behind the back in a double team.
3-ball from Kokwia, right wing, missed the shot. Benjamin, good, box out, tips the rebound to Anderson to keep it alive. 93-73, BC has some distance as they look to secure bronze. 8 minutes to go in this match. Nate Waldron with the ball up top, works his man inside, finds Benjamin, right corner 3, up. Good, off the assist from Waldron. Benjamin took his time. And sometimes you see players rush that shot. Benjamin did not.
He did not, and he had a nice, smooth delivery. Beautiful take. Beautiful take off the bounce. I mean, Smith has been doing a great job all game on both ends of the basketball, but that was just a beautiful attack. Nice attack as well. Nice attack, and by attack, what I mean is Nate came to the ball hard, used his big frame as a big target, and the results speak for themselves. They get a foul.
Get a foul. That is the second on BC, 3 on Alberta, so no bonus yet. 95-76. BC 7:33 to play. Torian Lee and Beckering take a well-deserved breather. I doubt that will be for long as Nate Waldron loses the ball out of bounds. Tough break there. Took a double and they knocked off his knee out of bounds. Adjustment defensively there for BC as a couple of players check back in, including Breary and Amer.
One thing Nate will learn from this, especially when he watches film, is that you can't put your head down when you attack. You have to see how they're defending you. And you always know BC is bringing somebody when you're attacking the lane.
3-ball missed by Francis, and Benjamin fouled on the rebound hard. As that'll be 3 fouls on BC now, so both teams with 3 fouls in this third quarter. Might see quite a bit of that as this game winds down. As BC attempts to, Alberta will probably attempt to get as physical without crossing a line to try to get it back into this game. Amer trapped in the backcourt, loses the handle, and then loses the ball. And then a foul, as it looked like just a lost possession there by Malabuyak. But they say he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2, I believe. Yep, there he is coming back. Interesting, tough call there, and BC will get 2 free throws.
The frantic pace that BC, I can't say that enough. They just create a frantic feel to the whole game.
Yep.
And when you're not quite at their level, skill-wise, they're absolutely going to eat you alive. And that's what they're doing. So any weakness you have, they're going to exploit. Now, Quebec obviously didn't have those weaknesses,
right,
both physically and fundamentally, and they were able to exploit what the press gives up. Alberta's not there yet. They're closer, though, and they've improved. Let's hope. They still have some time. We have a lot of time left, and they can act.
Here comes Waldron, and he jams it home on the fast break off the assist from Amer. Breary started it with a nice lead pass, and Amer the assist. Just a good team play, and Waldron with the emphatic finish. Back they come, and a layup missed, and that one was altered in the mind by Nate Waldron, and unfortunately Alberta threw it away. But you could see Waldron's presence alone, he didn't even challenge the shot, but he bothered that shot right there. But Alberta, another costly turnover.
Another costly turnover after a spectacular play by Nate. Going in, dunking in traffic, very impressive.
You will see Nate at the college level, whether it's up here or down south of the border. That kid has a future in this game, and a foul committed by Alberta is their 5th, and it's bonus time for BC as we are under 7 minutes to play in this game. 96-78, BC leads Alberta.
It would be interesting to speculate about what kind of defense would work best against this BC team.
Good luck.
Is it the pack line defense that Tony Bennett runs at Virginia? Is it a 1-3-1 zone, or is it a 2-3 like Boeheim runs at Syracuse? Like, what would be the, is it the Dave Smart defense from Carleton, where you funnel everything one direction, usually to the left? But the problem BC presents is they don't let you set up.
Nope.
Defensively, they attack you so early that's why you talk about building a wall. They make it really hard for you to build a wall because you're still transitioning with them. They're just making decisions so quickly and attacking right away.
And again, the drop-off from Unit 1 to 2 is minimal. Right now we have the second unit on, Torian Lee getting a breather as that is a nice inbound pass. Benjamin lost the handle though, and just like that, BC comes back the other way. Shot fake, nope, that's a travel.
That's a travel. There again, exploit every little thing. Maradona did a great job, got it open, but put it down casually, and BC attacks the ball low. They do such a great job of attacking the ball low. And when you have a post guy, like last time that Nate had the turnover as well.
So Mayer almost loses it, but keeps it and lays it up and in. Good
nice
job by Omar.
Yeah, he's had a much better game. Good for him.
Much better. He's playing with 4 fouls as well right now as Francis with the ball. Passed up an open layup, kicks it out. Now it's Kokwia. Nice step back. There's a 3 from Kokwia, short.
Well defended by Benjamin.
Yeah, much better. Kokwia has been held to 5 points in this half after 18 in the first half, but he gets a steal, lays it up and in. So how about 7? He's got 25 in this game. BC hits 100 to 80 to score.
Can't dribble through traffic, Colby.
Bailout foul there as Colby Anderson was in all sorts of trouble, but he's fouled by Francis and bonus free throws for Alberta. As line change as the starters will be coming back in here for BC. 6 minutes and 2 seconds to play in our bronze medal U17 game. BC with a 20-point lead. He's Paul Sir. I'm Patrick Erickson. 2 more games after this as we'll hit the U15 gold medal game, BC and Ontario. And after that game, we'll have Ontario and Quebec challenging for the U17 gold as we wrap up a week, and really for us, 2 weeks of basketball because we had the FIBA 3x3. It's been a great month of basketball, honestly, in the city of Edmonton.
Well, we coined the phrase, we being the Alberta Basketball Association, that this is Hoop City, Canada. And, when you look just around here, we had the Final 8 for the men's basketball earlier in the year. We had just had 2 major FIBA 3x3 events, the women's series and the men's challenger. Now we have nationals, and we have the announcement this past week of the Toronto Raptors coming and doing an exhibition game. It's a real tribute to this city and their commitment to the game of basketball. Edmonton Stingers just completed their season. Disappointing? Yeah, but they're still one of the premier franchises within the CEBL. We're a great basketball city with a great basketball tradition.
Disappointing for the Stingers means not winning a three-peat as they lose in the first round of the playoffs. So I think that's a pretty good down year as an almost turnover, but kept alive, and it'll still be Alberta ball.
This is, again, still trying to seal defenders. This is where Benjamin has to come.
And a bad pass, just looking for the long arms of Waldron. It lucks out, and Alberta survives the press that time. Oof, I don't know how. Anderson, right wing, looks for Waldron in the low post. Waldron with the screen chance. Anderson pulls back 3, no. Tip rebound comes to Griffin Arnett and BC, and Alberta's going to need pretty much all their shots to fall now if they want a chance to come back. Beckering drives the lane, kicks off, and a layup too strong. Benjamin with the rebound, knocked out of bounds, but still Alberta basketball. But yeah, Alberta's pretty much got to hit everything from now on and create some turnovers. But they are still in this game. This was a 40-point game in the previous iteration at this point of the game. So whatever the final score, this is much, much better from Alberta basketball. Waldron handoff to Benjamin, layup blocked by Beckering. It was a good play, but Beckering's recovery good. And now his lead pass to Lee. Oh my goodness, it was, I don't think it was too far. I think it was somehow just a tiny bit too low and a turnover. And Alberta basketball, and we're going to get a timeout, I think primarily just for people to catch their breath, including us. 100-82 BC with 5 minutes to go.
I'd be curious as to the words per minute you have to speak when you're calling a BC game, because the action is so transitional and the action is so fast and furious that how many plays, how many possessions? I'd love to see the statistics on how many possessions they have in a game. It must be astronomical.
And this is, I did 3 of their games on the statistics side of this tournament, including the first game that I worked here, and it is virtually impossible. And just like on the court, they make a statistician essentially play a perfect game, and that's what it is. You have to play essentially a flawless game, because any little mistake they exploit. It's not an if, it's a when. If you make a mistake, they will take advantage of it. So you have to play perfect basketball, and it's really difficult to do that against such a cohesive team as BC.
You know, it is. And yet, there's another perspective. At younger ages, emphasis has to be placed on basketball IQ-related play. How you pass the ball, how you cut to the ball, how you handle the ball against pressure. Are you trying to split pressure, or are you trying to bring pressure to you, and then making sure your teammates know how to cut to the basketball? How do you get the pass over the defense? Like, those are all unanswerable questions when you're in the middle of the flurry of activity. But they're what you have to learn as a player. You have to learn this as a player.
It looks like Lee fouled Anderson. That'll bring free throws for Alberta, and they'll take that. No time came off the clock, and a chance for 2 points for the captain of Alberta.
And a deserved captain. I think he has fit the role of a captain throughout this tournament, and certainly it's been exemplified today in the way he conducts himself as a player.
He has been their offensive leader along with Nate Waldron. He's played defense on BC's best player, and he hits that free throw to bring Alberta within 17, 100-83, as he has one more free throw to go. And will Alberta re-employ that press with 5 minutes to go, trailing by 17, now 16, as Anderson catches both free throws. Not on this possession is the answer, as back into the game, and nearly a double dribble there is McLean for BC. Beckering, 3 from the corner, missed. Amer cleans up the rebound.
I really like the adjustment defensively, again, with Mike Myers and his staff having the team go into a 2-3 zone there. But a trapping zone in the wing. Again, a Syracuse methodology that they use on the way they play the 2-3 zone by trapping the wing, the entry wing pass. Nice take by Amer there to get to the line.
Yeah, Euro stepped his way through 2 defenders and drew contact as he tried to finger roll it up and in. And as you mentioned, Amer playing 1,000 times better than he did in the previous iteration of this matchup 3 days ago, when he had double-digit turnovers, as he hits that free throw in Alberta within 15.
Well, and a tribute to the coaching staff, but mostly a tribute to the young man who has come out in every shift and competed. And you can see him processing how he has to attack the defense. He's making fewer rash decisions, fewer rushed passes, and taking better care of the basketball. It's really, again, that's what this is all about, is growth and improvement and raising your awareness level of what you have to do as a player to get better.
Greer will check out, and back into the game comes Smith. So Alberta with pretty much their best 5 on the court. It's go time as that layup missed, kept alive by Benjamin, and who else but Nate Waldron to clean up the glass. Benjamin and Waldron use their length, and back comes Alberta. Chance to cut it to 12 or 13. And Anderson fouled on the shot, close to a block. BC wanted the block. Kokwia pleading for the block, but it's going to be 2 more free throws for Anderson. And do we have a timeout? No, we have a sub, as back into the game will be Malabuyak for BC, which pretty much has their best 5 on the court with the exception of the injured Malcolm Tyler.
Coach has taken no chances here against this Alberta team. They know they're still dangerous. And when you have somebody like Colby, who, what I loved about that attack was it was a high speed but under control attack. It was well thought out, and it resulted in the 2 free throws. His ability to play at speed but under control with awareness is impressive.
Absolutely, as both free throws good, and Alberta within 12. Again, you wanted them to at least win the half. They are doing that, but they are also within striking distance of the lead. However, layup there by that's by Arnett, up and in, and BC back up 14.
Maradama has a perfect chance there to break up to the
for that pass. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Alberta breaks the press, though. Anderson takes it himself, up and under and in, and back within 12. Anderson putting the team on his back right now. It was Waldron in the first half. It's Anderson in the second half, and we have a held ball. As I think that was a Mayer who reached in there. It'll be still BC ball, but a Mayer playing with 4 fouls. That's a gutsy play to make that, because that could easily be called a foul, but he reverses the possession arrow. Good play, Omar.
Well, good play. Omar is right. 3:45. You've got to kind of leave it all on the. You got to lay it all on the court. That looked like 5. I mean, compared to a couple of other 5 calls, that was awfully close. Now this is where Maradama has to do a better job of standing his man up. He can't let him attack like that.
It's a nice move by Arnett, but to your point, Benjamin has 6-7 inches on his man. He doesn't need to move. Is it back the other end? Waldron will miss the layup, get his own rebound, and put it back in. And he's just padding his stat line, I guess.
Pad away.
What a game for Nate. What a game for Colby. 104-92. What a game overall.
It's been a great game. Very entertaining. Love to see the response from Alberta against this juggernaut.
Torian Lee high off the glass. Good. Anderson can't do anything more than that. That's just good defense. Torian Lee's a special player.
To do that by fending your defender off by using your arm and shoulder, not extending it, using it to shield it, one-handed, take it off the glass at full speed. He's done that more than once tonight, but that was special.
This player will be playing for a very, very, very long time. Torian Lee, watch that name. Again, only in 10th grade as he catches the N1, but you will be hearing that name for a very long time, both up in Canada, probably down in the States. As more pressure from BC and Alberta, Anderson will walk it across the line with 2 seconds to spare, and he'll drive in and once again take it hard, throw the layup up, miss it, but Benjamin there for the rebound, misses his layup, but another offensive rebound. Anderson, corner 3, it's up and it's good. Cashed once again. Kean Smith took a rest. He's back in and right back to his corner 3s. Another player for Alberta stepping up. They don't have many, but pretty much the entire team has stepped up a level in this ball game. They're within 12, 2.5 to play.
They really have. And you're watching BC play a little differently right now. They're actually slowing it down.
And almost losing the ball. Oh, my goodness. He loses the ball. He gets it back. He splits 2 defenders and scores. It's unguardable.
He has been. He has been unguardable.
Nice pass by Omer, back the other way. Kean Smith, mid-air adjustment, scores. Omer, good pass, good finish. Alberta, the only thing they're short on is time at this point, trailing by 12.
Well put, and it's too bad, but you can see BC respects Alberta because they're no longer just playing so free. They're being much more controlled. Now, though, Alberta has a real opportunity here to cut it to single digits.
As Beckering, corner 3, good.
I'll tell you, Beckering's impressive. He hits that spot up 3 so comfortably and so consistently. Good job by.
There we go. Bad pass. Again. And this should pretty much put the nail in the coffin. Good effort by Waldron, but Beckering on the turnover puts BC up 17.
Just like that. Just like that. You know, like it's 12, then it's 17, and it's like 20 seconds. You know, that's just how they function.
Yep.
They're such a high-functioning offense. Torian is holding the ball, trying to slow it down. Then he penetrates, hits Beckering in the corner for a 3. Then Beckering makes the steal, goes in. All of a sudden it's 5 points just like that, 12-17, so quick.
Omar Amer fouled in the backcourt. He'll go to the line in the bonus at the first. And Nate Waldron had to crash on Lee because Lee's so good penetrating. Waldron goes to the block, and the only other option is an open 3 in the corner. Lee, as always, makes the right play. It's just, as you said earlier, good offense beats good defense. Waldron did nothing wrong. Just Lee and Beckering, great combination.
100%. I am really proud of, I guess I would say, Omar's comeback. He has been so much more effective, and I hope he leaves this with that sense of confidence and what he has to do to be an outstanding point guard.
And
Good job by Benjamin to extend pressure.
And I like the defensive switch now, the length of Benjamin. No one's going to keep up with the quickness of Lee, but they switch Benjamin on instead of Anderson, and the length bothers them enough into a turnover. 114-99, BC up with 1:12 to go. Alberta basketball. Colby Anderson, the Alberta captain, outstanding second half, dribbles into the front court. Kokwia knocks it away, and a turnover, and Lee with the steal and the foul, but just when you think you're free, you're not.
What Colby did in the first half, he didn't do there. In the first half, he was pushing the ball out in front of him when he beat his man. There, he kept it on his side, and again, it's that push from behind that knocked the ball away that created this the defensive, the turnover, and then the foul, the consequential foul.
Consequential foul, and the bonus, that's the fourth on Anderson, puts Lee at the line for a couple of free throws. He'll cash the first, pretty much a done deal here, but just superlatives both sides. I came into this game, I'm not even going to lie, expecting a blowout after watching the first game, knowing that after that game, Alberta had lost two of their guards, including one of their starters, and Alberta has responded magnificently. BC's just a great team, and we just watched a fantastic basketball game play out here. Colby Anderson trapped. Here's Nate Waldron. He'll take it down low. He's fouled on the shot, and again, they don't quit, and it's epitomized Waldron and Anderson just continuing to fight to the end. Now Waldron a chance to put triple digits up on the board for Alberta.
Again, hats off to both teams. I love the way the BC coaches have coached this team. I love the way the Alberta team who doesn't have the kind of cohesion and experience that BC has together. You mentioned a number of them play together in club basketball. But what Mike Myers has done throughout this tournament is help every game, in spite of some real adversity.
Oh, yes.
On and off the court, they have been able to improve and keep raising the bar. So these players should come out of this better basketball players.
Hold your head up high. That's too bad. Benjamin's feet were out of bounds after Waldron hit 1 out of 2, an offensive rebound, and Benjamin just lost his foot placement there.
But Maradano is in the right spot. Mm-hmm. Amir made the right pass.
Yep.
So they made a mistake, but it was the right idea and the right execution. And whether you're NBA or NCAA or U Sports, there's a lot of players that step out.
Oh, absolutely. It's happened throughout the tournament. It just happens, especially with the evolution of the corner three. Beckering keeps his feet inbound and catches his three. And we've seen that on replay several times in this half. Beckering another three. Quiet in the first half, has exploded offensively in this half. Benjamin from the right corner, his three short, rebounded, secured, and a foul as BC is going to walk out of here with a bronze medal. Unless there's an explosion here, Alberta just held BC and if he makes both free throws, it'll equal their lowest scoring output of the tournament.
The only thing I'm scared of is saying anything about BC because they could rattle off 14.
Sure.
But you're right. And that's a tribute to Alberta. They've had their own success and pressure. They've made BC make some mistakes we haven't seen them make too many of. So a tribute to Alberta's effort tonight. A really solid effort against a team that everybody that pretty much everybody would have expected would have been a very lopsided victory. And Alberta has battled from start to finish, and boy, have they had a lot of bright spots tonight.
Yeah, they really have, as Will Highland cashes both of those free throws in off the bench, and a volleyball there. Unintentional assist from Waldron as Benjamin lays it in, and that should run it out as Torian Lee, arguably the player of the tournament, will walk it into the front court, and BC will run out the last 10 seconds of this game. 121-102 our final scores. BC defeats Alberta. They win bronze. Alberta will finish fourth. Paul, we've talked so much about this. We probably run out of adjectives, but what are your final thoughts on just a great basketball game?
It was a great basketball game. It was a great basketball game for a lot of different reasons. We saw the best of what BC is all about and what they brought to this tournament, which is a real fun style of play that you just don't see that often. So that's number one. Number two, you saw a much improved Alberta team and effort, and kudos to them. You see growth by players throughout the tournament, where they started at the tournament and to who they are now. You can really point to, and I'll use Alberta specifically, you can really point to the elevation of the game and new levels of play that these guys have found out about themselves. And that's the kind of challenge you want from a national championship. Kudos to BC. They're a class act. and kudos to Alberta for overcoming adversity and being able to show this well in a very, very hotly contested game.
Hotly contested game. BC will come out on top, 121-102 as they win bronze. And their U15s are on the court warming up. They'll go for gold against Ontario. That's next in about a half an hour's time, as it's BC and Ontario for U15 gold. He's Paul Sir. I'm Patrick Erickson. We'll see you back here shortly for gold medal action here at the National Championships in Edmonton. I want to go talk to their coach real quick because I want to say thank you. Absolutely. And their coach, their kids are also so good.
A lot has changed since you got your last perfect vehicle. You met someone. You got a dog. Your best friend met someone too. You got new interests. A new hobby. You felt a little more adventurous. You found a bigger hobby. You explored a little more. You needed a vehicle that reflected the new you. You found it. The all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. Your new perfect.
Beaucoup de choses ont changé depuis votre dernier véhicule idéal. Vous avez rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez adopté un chien. Votre meilleur ami a lui aussi rencontré quelqu'un. Vous avez découvert un nouveau passe-temps. Une nouvelle passion. Vous vous êtes senti un peu plus aventureux. Votre passion a pris une nouvelle dimension. Vous avez exploré un peu plus. Il vous fallait un véhicule à l'image de vos nouveaux besoins. Vous l'avez trouvé. La Toyota Corolla Cross. Votre nouvel idéal.
Grit. Sure, it's mud and rocks and sweat and all that. Always will be. But grit is also an idea. An idea that changes the way we see and the way we do things. With an available iForce Max hybrid powertrain, the all-new Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit.
Attaquer les corvées, couvert de boue, de sueur, ça définit la ténacité, depuis toujours. Mais la ténacité, c'est aussi une façon de penser, qui change notre façon de voir et notre façon de faire. Avec un groupe propulseur hybride iForce Max en option, voici le tout nouveau Toyota Tundra, la ténacité redéfinie.